Have you ever had that strange feeling that no matter how hard you try, everything you do is always wrong? As if you were constantly stepping on eggs? You try to talk it through, you try to resolve it, but somehow, in the end, the blame always comes back to you. As if he were the victim, as if he's just reacting to your behavior. I know. Because thousands of women experience exactly this. Every day, and the scariest thing, many don't even realize they're in an abusive relationship. Because abuse doesn't start with shouting or aggression. It starts with subtleties. It starts with compliments, with almost exaggerated attention, with that feeling that you've finally found someone who understands you, and that's when the trap begins to close. The narcissist is charming at first. They tell you everything you want to hear. He observes every detail of yours, every weakness, every insecurity, and stores it. Not to help you, but to use against you. And do you know what's most cruel? He'll never take the blame. Never. Even when the truth is before his eyes. He'll twist the facts, change the narrative, and make you doubt your own memory. You start to wonder, did I exaggerate? Did I cause all this? No, it wasn't you. You're not crazy. You're not difficult. You're not exaggerating. What you're experiencing has a name, and it can be cured. But for that, you have to understand the psychological game behind it all. Because the narcissist plays a game, and his prize is his emotional control. He creates conflicts and then plays the savior. He alienates you from your friends, your family, and then says that no one understands you like he does. He criticizes you with a smile on his face, disguised as advice, and then says you're too sensitive. And you know what's ironic? He often plays the victim. He says he's tired of being wrongly accused, that you always see a problem in everything, that you're never satisfied, and you start to feel ungrateful. You start to blame yourself for not being able to make it work. But let me tell you a secret that not many people have the courage to say. It doesn't matter how hard you try. With a narcissist, it will never be enough, because their game only works if you're feeling wrong. And when you start to wake up, when you start to question, to see the pattern, he changes his strategy. He becomes the perfect man for a few days. He brings flowers, makes promises, reminds you of how good everything was in the beginning. That's not love. That's manipulation. And here's something you need to hear. The narcissist is afraid of losing control, not of losing you. It's the control he has over you. That's why he lies. That's why he manipulates. Because if you wake up, he loses. And maybe now you're feeling that chill in your stomach, because it's all making too much sense. Because maybe you're experiencing exactly that and didn't know what to call it. Maybe you tried to convince yourself that it was just a phase, that he would change. But let me ask you something. How long have you been waiting for this change? How many tears have you hidden? How many times have you blamed yourself for something that, deep down, you knew wasn't your fault? It's not too late, but it takes courage. You need to break the cycle. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be respected. You deserve real love, not this prison disguised as a relationship. And the truth is, you can get out of it. You can rebuild your self-esteem, your bonds, your strength. Because behind all this pain, there is still a whole woman inside. A woman who wasn't born to live explaining herself, diminishing herself, blaming herself. You were born to live with freedom, with lightness, with real love. And if you felt that this video spoke to you, it's because, deep down, you already know. You already know that something needs to change, and the change starts now. Because what the narcissist fears most is that you'll finally see who he is. And most importantly, who you really are. You are not alone. And what you've lived through doesn't define who you are. It only defines how strong you've been for having resisted this far. The The time has come to break the invisible chains that bind you, to free yourself from the guilt that was never yours. The pain that suffocates you today will be the force that will propel you towards the life you deserve. You are more than you were led to believe. There is a new version of you waiting to be born, lighter, safer, more whole. Take back control of your story. Decide that from now on, no one else will dim your shine. You have the power of choice, and choosing yourself is the first step to starting over. If this video has touched your heart in any way, let us know in the comments how you felt. Your voice could be the beginning of healing for another woman too. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving messages that strengthen, liberate, and transform. And remember, you deserve support, you deserve acceptance, you deserve to start again. We're on this journey together.